you check the children? Show a little match
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Sometimes that is better.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil, Laird.
Robert Duell.
And Jaime Fuego here.
And we are here to do a roundup of the trailers that we've missed recently. So another trailer reaction roundup here. And let me pull these bad boys up. So we're going to go through probably 7 trailers I think I have for us.
Ay, Dios mío.
So the first one I'm going to start with, let's go with the couple of documentaries first. So the first one I'm going to do is called Time Warp. And it's a documentary all about great cult films, apparently. So let's check it out. I'm going to pull up the screen so everyone can watch with us. And here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Blade Runner is the greatest cult film of all time.
I would make a phone call and say, how can I hang a girl on a meat hook and get a PG rating? And they said, well, you can't.
Low budget movie making. Hey, anybody got a chainsaw?
Clockwork Orange is one of the greatest films of all time.
A very edgy drama.
Malcolm McDowell really grounds that film.
I was thrilled with it.
You can't try to do it, it just happens by accident.
Today's filmmakers all owe George Romero, especially of Night of the Living Dead, so much cred.
Everybody copies him. He's the originator. He's the master.
I think it's just a cult of one. I don't have to check with anybody else. Nobody else needs to like it.
That's cool. That was already a previous
I didn't know there was a
Yeah.
volume 1 out there somewhere.
Okay. Oh,
Interesting.
Volume 2.
Yeah. All right, so thoughts. Fuego, why don't you go first?
Yeah, having just reviewed another documentary about genre stuff, like specifically 80s horror, these are starting to... I'm not going to say get dime a dozen. Really, the biggest thing is going to be the perspective from important interviewees. And when I saw Jeff Goldblum and when I saw Malcolm McDowell and when I saw some of those names, that's when I was a little bit more intrigued, aside from just another take on, cult cinema, horror, sci-fi, and stuff like that. So really, it's getting the perspective from who is discussing it that's going to make me the most engaged at this particular point. But I mean, I love Clockwork Orange. I love all of the films that are being shown here. So yeah, I would definitely check this out and be curious about the Midnight Movie previous selection, and then whatever the third volume was. Yeah, mm-hmm. I'm into it.
Robert?
Oh hell yeah! No, this looks super cool. Especially like what you're saying. It's like with like some documentaries and everything, it's having like the good credible people in that really makes the documentary worth it.
Comedies in camp is what.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the nice thing with this one is like it actually looks like it has actual people who worked on it, not just and like actors and the crew and stuff, not just random people with opinions about it. Mm-hmm. I think this looks cool as hell. I can't wait for this to come out, and I'm already going to look for the first one tonight.
Yeah, I think I will too. This looks really... It does look good. I agree that we're starting to get a lot more documentaries that are starting to focus on the same material, or at least crossover material. Mm-hmm. But at least this one looks like it's delving more deeply into a couple specific ones. So I think that's got it going for it. And, who knows if this is going to be another 4-hour one or just a more standard one that's a little more consumable. So, but I'm on board for it. Either way, I'll give it a try.
Ken Foray, the all-important Ken Foray, as we found out at that first FearCon.
Yep, exactly. So that's the first trailer. The other one is another documentary based on a person that we all know and has been on the channel, Danny Trejo. So let's check this out. This is a Universal picture, so let's give it a look.
All right, fellas, let's do this. My name's Danny Trejo. You might have seen me once in a while.
Desperado, Heat,
Dusk Till Dawn,
Con Air,
Machete.
They make movies and stories about guys like Danny. Danny is that guy.
Danny was in a high-stakes world from a very young age.
Addicted to heroin since he was 12.
He was just a kid, caught up in the game.
I had a sawed-off shotgun and a hand grenade. I buried him, and I told my mom, be real careful in the backyard.
This is a guy who's seen death just to get to 16 years old.
It's like the Wild West.
If you're gonna be a criminal, be a criminal 24 hours a day. Wow.
His name rang through every prison. They knew he was coming. They always knew he was coming.
I'm gonna be top predator no matter what. It's clear they're gonna kill me. I made a promise to myself, start trying to do good. I became a drug counselor.
An opportunity to help somebody one night got him into his first movie.
My career took off immediately. The first 5 years, I just played inmate number 1.
Cholo number 1.
Essay number 1.
Number 10.
Eddie Bunker, screenwriter, goes, "You're Danny Trejo."
It's one of the movies that people are afraid of you. I wanted to say, why me?
Quentin and I were coming up with a bunch of fake trailers. I said, I got a fake trailer. It's Machete.
It changed the paradigm of who could be a leading man.
Everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. Everything.
It's the idea that I can evolve.
That's Danny's life.
Damn.
That looks-
I didn't say shit during that because I was really into it.
that looks amazing.
Into it, man. Hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
dude.
man. Like that's an engaging looking
Captivated.
documentary. Like, yeah,
Like,
I really liked the Kane Hodder documentary, but this looks even more kind of laser focused than that one was.
And this looks polished and so well produced. That Universal money, man.
Universal money, man. Yeah, but I'm so glad that someone like Danny is getting the spotlight like this, because he's so well deserves it after all this time. So and yeah, like the polish looks amazing, the presentation looks amazing, the people involved are engaging. So I'm definitely on board for this. Robert?
Yeah, I hope this at least is a good solid 2 hours, personally. No, it's like I knew a little bit like about his past and everything about him, like with his gang stuff when he was younger, the drugs and whatnot, and then becoming like the counselor and everything like that. But there's stuff in here I'm looking, it's like, damn, I didn't know any of that. Like this looks amazing. Yeah, Fuego.
Dude, all the prison stuff looks very, very well shot, and it just adds so much more extra like dramatic oomph to the storytelling that they're doing with him. I mean, and also just, I don't know, the extent of the guests and just all of these beautiful shots of LA, man, are just adding so much more. They look like they're going insanely comprehensive, and he's a guy that I've always loved. I mean, you know, whether it was From Dusk Till Dawn or, you know, the stuff with Robert Rodriguez, who he's worked with countless times, one of my favorite directors. Even when Susie interviewed him for the channel, you know, he was a delight. He was kind. He was funny, and yeah, I mean, you know, major props, man.
Yeah, so I think we're all on board for this one. So let us know what you guys think of this trailer as we move on to the next one. Now, the rest are all typical stuff, but let's do the 2 TV ones before we get to the movie ones. So first, we're going to do Juon Origins, which is a Netflix series coming up, obviously based. It's actually, I think, a continuation of the Ultimate series, the series from Japan that started The Grudge, essentially. So I don't know, maybe they'll explain. Maybe it's a continuation, maybe it's a reboot, but let's check it out. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, Origins, maybe a prequel. I forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
あの家に住んでたのは夫婦2人でしたよね。私見たんです。2階にもう1人いるの。
この前俺変な家行っちゃったんだよ。そこ行っちゃいけなかったんだ。
夜中に足音がよく聞こえたの。彼女の周囲で事件が起きていることは確かですか？
呪われた家だと言いたいんでしょ。
あの家に5歳まで住んでました。
逃げて。女が監禁されて孕まされた。
お腹の子ね。あなたの子じゃないの。
女は死体で見つかったけど子供は消えていた。
3人で一緒に死のう。
小さな足音が聞こえるんですよ。タッタッタってこの家、哲也さんが行った家を見つけないと。
あの家って何だと思います？
子供の足音じゃない。
呪音は実際に起きた出来事を参考に作られた。それらの出来事はある一軒の家に端を発していることが分かった。だが実際に起きた出来事は映画よりもはるかに恐ろしいものだったのだ。
あなたの家はどこ？
It looks okay, but I feel like I need to have watched the other stuff, even though it might be an origin story. I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. Since it is an origin story, maybe I'll give it a try. But honestly, to me, it feels like as a series, it looks like it's going to run real slow. And I'm not sure that I am on board for such a slow moving thing. But I don't know. It's again based on this one trailer that I'm saying that. So, Fuego, what do you think?
Looks like a lot of scattered ideas. I'm wondering if it's going to be more of like an anthology sort of approach, like different interactions with the house from all of these, separate people that aren't necessarily connected aside from, the house actually being a part of it. There's so many Juon movies, man. I still remember looking at the Wikipedia, and even aside from the American remakes, there's like, man, 8-10 films and spin-offs and even crossovers with the Ring stuff, like we reviewed at one particular point. So it's a little overwhelming. I'm assuming they're hopeful, just based on the name and the notoriety, American audiences will be more inclined to check it out. It's a lot of backstory to shift through, and how easily will this be for the casual audience person? I don't necessarily know, but I'm intrigued enough because I do like the mythology of the Grudge. I haven't watched any of the Juon films, so that's one thing to take into account. How about you, Robert?
I personally have no interest in this. I don't actually like any of even the American remakes or the originals.
Interesting.
Have you seen some of the originals?
I have, and they're extremely boring. Even The Ring, I'm not a fan of those movies at all. This one, it looks like okay and everything like that, but I don't have any interest in seeing this.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, that's really nothing. Really, I didn't really take anything from this trailer at all.
Also, being a series, it'll entail some dedication if there is like a threading story as opposed to like separate individual standalone episodes.
So I tried getting into them and everything like that, but those were just too slow of movies for me personally.
So I think that's covered this one. Let's move on to the next series. The next one is the season 2 trailer for the Twilight Zone. The Jordan Peele produced Twilight Zone. Now, I think I'm the only one that watched the entirety of the first season. I think I reviewed it on the channel as well. But I'm maybe not. I think I did, but we'll see.
I still have CBS All Access. I need to get around to watching
it. It was worth it. Look, as someone that's not attached to the original series, I thought this was great. So I'm excited. So let's check it out. 3, 2, 1, go.
You are not who you are
like
here
her.
to be.
Joel McHale.
Okay, so what do we do here?
Okay, let's try this. What do you see?
What's going on?
Oh, nice.
It's just some world maintenance.
Huh. What does that mean?
Okay.
What are we supposed to do?
Just wake up.
Do you know who you are?
You want to find out?
They know about us. You can't say anything to anyone.
It's like a twist. They're not the monsters. We're the monsters.
You've been controlling me, manipulating me.
You do not exist.
It's trying to trick us.
This is my life.
I need you to wake up. 1, 2.
I'm not what I started as. Whatever I am, it's something new.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, having watched the first season, I'm just as on board for this one as I was for that one. I don't see maybe quite as many horror-esque things just from this trailer alone, but I'm still really engaged. It was a great anthological series. I love a good anthology, as you viewers know. So yeah, I'm definitely going to give this one a try, just like the first season. What did you guys think, Robert?
I actually kind of this actually looks really cool. I remember watching the trailer for the first season and everything, and didn't really give me much interest. But this actually, like, especially with this scene with the underwater thing or wherever he's at, that looks neat. That intrigues the hell out of me. Not to mention the actors that we have in this too. Okay, yeah. So I want to know what the hell he was talking about there with the world maintenance. So yeah, I definitely want to check this out. It looks creepy. So it's like, how did they approach it? Like basically with like the first season, just as like the standard like run of the mill like Twilight Zone style.
Yeah, every episode was just a new story, and Jordan Peele would step in after the first couple minutes and be like, "This is blah 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 blah."
Okay.
And they do this, and here's what you're gonna, like it's that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's real simple.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have to check this out then.
Fuego?
Moderate interest. I mean, much the same. I mean, there's a lot of anthology series out there, and I still haven't caught up on Black Mirror. The Duplass guys have a series on HBO that's an anthology that I've heard is pretty good and of a similar kind of spooky variety. The first season didn't really captivate me in its approach as much, and I'm a big purist with the original series, but actually I like the 80s series a lot too. The 80s relaunch was pretty solid, although when they tried relaunching it with different host in the 2000s, it was just mediocre. This doesn't look bad, it looks very well produced, and I forget that actress's name, but I'm a big fan of hers, the one who was apparently, and that guy as well. I mean, he's been a villainous little asshole in a number of things that I've seen. I need to make some time for it because with Jordan Peele, being the man behind all of this, I know it's going to have some significant merit, but when even Ryan Murphy was talking about doing American Horror Stories as an anthology with each episode being its own individual thing. So I feel like the pool's getting a little crowded with this sort of one-off storytelling, but at least the good thing about it is you don't need to dedicate yourself to a full series. You can just watch an installment or two, and if you're really that into it, you can forge forward, and if not, no skin off your back. That's the segment with everybody frozenly captivated by something that I'm the most interested in, and how she seems to be the only one who knows something is legit going down. So, yeah. But,
all right. Well,
there we are.
Yeah. Why don't you guys let us know what you thought based on that? We have just a few more trailers to go. The last couple are movie trailers. The first one we're going to start with is Elizabeth Moss's upcoming movie called Shirley.
Yeah, where she's playing author Shirley Jackson, who wrote The Haunting of Hill House, and very esteemed horror author in the earlier 1900s. So
let's give it a go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. Ooh, neon. Love neon.
Our suffering, my dear.
There's not enough scotch in the world for that.
Shirley, what are you writing now?
A little novella. I'm calling none of your goddamn business.
Well, you were invited to stay here for a few days until we can find a place.
Shirley has these bouts.
She's gone sick in the head.
I read your story.
What are you doing in here?
It made me feel thrillingly horrible.
Do you know what it's like to have a secret?
What are you up to?
That girl, what do you think?
Trite and a bit trashy, but give it a go.
I like you, Rosie. Can I trust you?
I feel like we're in the Scottish play. On the verge of madness. What will happen? Consider secret looks.
Freud would have had a field day.
I'm counting down from 3. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, you've done it.
What becomes of your dear heroine?
What happens to all lost girls?
This isn't for me. So I don't know. It looks well enough.
This
is
a Fuego movie.
It looks good
sure.
enough, but yeah, this one definitely isn't for me. So I'll just go ahead and let you go for it, Fuego.
Shirley Jackson was notoriously insane, alcoholic, just Mad Woman. I was going to say Madman, obviously. That doesn't fit into this context. But yeah, she didn't have as much of an output over her years as a writer as a lot of people were expecting because of the fact that she drank herself to death and went crazy over time. And so Moss appears to be portraying that that wackiness and insanity pretty convincingly. And so, I mean, it may be more of like the thriller tour de force performance instead of like full-on horror. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. But I mean, the tragedy of somebody so talented that a lot of people in the literary community hold in such high regard, the fact that she had such an awful personal life aside from it is what captivates me here, even if I'm not as sold on Moss as a lot of people, having watched The Kitchen and been less a fan of her performance in The Invisible Man. And, you know, I haven't watched Handmaid's Tale, though, so that's another one. But I don't know. Robert, what do you think, man? Not your jam either?
Yeah.
This is my jam,
like,
man.
Honestly, it doesn't, like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't look terrible. Like, this would be one probably, like, I'd be like, hey, you know, Ash, I saw this trailer reaction, you know, it looked all right. I think you'd like it. And then that'd probably be where I watched it with the girlfriend. But, yeah. It's, I don't know, it's too artsy for me. And it's not like the artsy, like, horror that I can kind of dig. Like,
no, this is drama thriller, like, you know, kind of like straddling the line sort of situation.
Like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't, like, the acting, like, it looks like everyone's doing very well, but no, it's definitely not going to be for me.
Well, there we go. I'm outnumbered, guys. That's okay.
So that's going to do it for Shirley. That leaves two left. The next one is another first name one. This is one that was making the rounds because apparently Kevin James looks a little freaky in this one.
Playing a Nazi.
So this is called Becky. In 3, 2, 1, go.
What happened by your fort, Becky?
Oh, I know her.
Search continues for 4 inmates who escaped federal custody this morning. Authorities say the men are armed and extremely dangerous.
Come on, boy, let's go swimming.
Oh, can you wait a second?
What is she doing here?
You let her walk all over you.
She's 13.
Jeff, this gentleman lost his
Joel McHale again?
Okay, well, why don't you give us your number?
My dog is a Rottweiler. Purebred, or as the Germans call them, Rottweiler Metzgerhund. That's why you never let them mate with other breeds. You get the worst of both.
Okay, I think it's time for you to go.
Stay calm. I'm looking for a key. It has this symbol engraved on it. You seen it? No. Well, that leaves little Becky. Where's Becky? Wait! He's gonna hold your dad still while I hurt him.
I'm not gonna let them get away with this.
There once was a little girl.
Becky! And she was good. Stop running! She was very, very good. And when she was bad, she was horrid.
What was the point of all of this? For a key?
It's worth much more than that.
Becky! You're clearly a special girl!
I don't want to have to hurt you.
But I do want to hurt you real bad.
Damn. Now that's more up my alley.
I'm down.
Yeah, that looks good. I didn't know Joel McHale was in that too. So yeah, the story is engaging. The acting looks really good, and I like seeing. I really like when comedians take it dark, and Kevin James looks like he's actually pulling off a Nazi pretty well. So yeah, I'm all for this one. Robert?
No, definitely. And it's like the biggest thing is like I kind of wasn't expecting Kevin James kind of look like that. He definitely looks very intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Like coming from like King of Queens and things like that.
But yeah, pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
yeah, right. But no, Joel McHale and everything. Like I've seen him with like some of the other stuff, like he did with like X-Files and whatnot for his more serious stuff. I thought he was great, so I'm definitely interested to see what's going on with this. I'm definitely checking this movie out.
Yeah, 2 different comedic guys stretching themselves in different manners, and Kevin James to be this foreboding and menacing and a Nazi, for God's sake. Oh my God, talk about stretching, man, and props to him for, I mean, wanting to do something different. I mean, you've seen guys like Vince Vaughn when he did the Psycho remake and Clay Pigeons and played the serial killer role and stuff. So, I mean, it's always impressive when you can really just do something drastically different and be convincing in that different role. So.
Yeah, so looks like
girls
we're
can
all
too,
going to
I'm
be.
gonna say
Yeah,
I'm on the fence. I'm on the
Really?
fence about her. I
Really?
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely give the final judgment after I watch this.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll check it out, and you guys let us know what your thoughts are, and that's going to roll us into the final trailer, which is for a movie called Body Cam.
Yeah, Mary J. Blige. you wanna
Mary
say.
J. Blige, indeed. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
The hell happened to the street lights?
Grab the big light, check the north side.
Put your hands in the air now.
Oh,
What?
power.
Have you had any trouble relating to people?
No, I can't even explain what I saw.
I'm going to recommend you return to active duty.
Come on, man. It's a neighborhood store.
Not going nowhere.
Down on your knees, hands above your head.
You think I'm playing?
18 out of 7 code 2, requesting backup. Proceed with extreme caution.
Oh, what? I was wondering where the horror was going to come
Doesn't
in.
make any sense.
They found their guy. Just leave it alone.
I expect a creature thing.
Look, I need you in or out. All these things that keep happening, they mean something. Someone's in here.
All right.
No, that's the other wolf kid.
Huh?
Oh, but not Alex?
Yeah, well, they were both on some Nickelodeon show
Oh, okay.
together, if I remember correctly. But
Yeah, I don't know. It looks okay. I didn't think it was horror at all until that weird stuff started happening. So I might give it a try. I don't know. There's not a whole lot to judge on. Just the tiniest bit that we got here. But she looks like she does well, Mary J. Blige. You know, kicking ass.
yeah, she's got some acting experience. So.
So yeah, I don't know. What about you guys, Robert?
I'll probably check it out and everything like that. I definitely like it. Like it looks more like the creature feature versus like the supernatural, whatever, like or telekinesis stuff, like what we were seeing in the beginning. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I'm down too, man. I mean, not Redbox. That was the previous one that we were looking at. BET Entertainment, Paramount Players. This was something that was supposed to be in theaters, and they're doing the VOD route because of the fact that people. Yeah, studio-wise, just aren't putting stuff out. But, yeah, I mean, it looks well shot. Like, there's money behind it.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, if it is, like, captivating, creepy horror, which I'm actually kind of getting that vibe, I would definitely check this out.
Yeah.
So...
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for our reactions, you guys. That is the roundup. We got through 7, so why don't you let us know in the comments down below which ones you were most into. I'd be interested to know y'all's opinion. While you're down there, if you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. And if you're so inclined, the link to our Patreon is in the description box where you can select movies for us to review and all that good stuff. Until next time, though, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Robert Duell.
Gracias, Jaime, and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.